This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Detroit!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
No. Check. Patriot! All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
And on the ground they go with a running back. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
This is the first carry for Rob Canale. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it's going to be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense. It's somewhat
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And his first look is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43.
Here we go. 58. Zoom.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And he's got room. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Throwing on first down. Henson. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Right, now,
didn't happen on that play.
Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down. Henson. Wide open receiver, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
And And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Blue 90. No. Check. Patriot.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Henson. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. It's their quarterback taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Carlson now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And they'll run it here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's Xavier Rhodes there in on the stop.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. He finds Corey Davis. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just 1 throw.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. Escapes the defender. An excellent pickup at 34 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looking to throw. Henson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. They get the tackle Marcus Gilbert, second-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Henson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Henson rolling to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
No. Check. Patriot. Cut.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 14 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Leopard. No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Detroit.
On the carry, it's Wilkins. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now off to the races down the right side.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Vikings now heading on to the field.
And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now a play fake here on first down. Allen has it left side. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On third down. It's Love. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. And a nice carry there, 15 yards.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and, boy, they were successful.
Back to throw. Henson gets it to Strong. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Gone, 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 gone. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. On first down, Henson. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jalen Strong, 29 yards. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Carlson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On play action, Rodgers. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
So, hey, let's go, come on.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
319.
And again, it's Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
To throw from his end zone. Henson over the middle. It's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. On 1st and 10, Henson stepping up. He's going to keep it. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
And they'll go on the ground. And spins away. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Henson. And he's got his man on the out route. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half.
Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Right back to him on first down. Well, he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 22 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Touchdown, Packers! In for the score. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Watch him now, Barney. Black 99 Philly, here we go.
Now a handoff looking right. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Philly, here we go. Gun.
On first down, Henson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. It was Kendall Donnerson who made the stop on the defensive side.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Vikings on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now.
Operating from the gun. Henson. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Leopard! Leopard!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Wilkins, 29 yards. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Carlson now to kick this one away. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Rodgers now on first down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
All right.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And he will find his man on the outside. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Rodgers now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to it?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Yeah, Liz. 60 mark.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. And Lambeau will put this one through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Buying time to it, and now a fumble. The ball's out, but a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
To throw on second down, Henson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Vikings on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is third down and 12. From the gun, Henson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
It's taken to the 26. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. Pass incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
319. Get 300. Get 300. Check three.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4.
That's fine. Yeah.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Blue 58. Hey, we're not going.
Rodgers now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. As his guys are in for 6. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. 11 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Henson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Now it's Rodgers. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
That's fine, yeah.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of sometimes I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a 1st down.
And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Reset. Hey, easy. 319.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. $26. 319. 319 to 9.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is out of bounds here. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
319.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
258.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
319.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Packers have moved out in front.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how it got his man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And that one results in 35 yards. Haven't heard much from him all night, but welcome to the party, making his presence felt in a big way.
They've kept him under wraps all night long, but boy, did he find a great time to bust out.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Back nine up, Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Dancing to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. And the crowd on its feet, and understandably so. They are Super Bowl bound after taking that knee.
How about the ability to celebrate not just winning a championship, but to do it with your fans on your home field? What a great collaboration for them all year long.
And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this. NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.